This is my fully honest review of the Divine Retribution, no sugarcoating. This is a new tower defense game that at the time of recording this, released just last night. And since I was so impressed by the trailer, I went ahead and decided to test out this game for myself. It's a retro style tower defense game with like a very medieval chess theme. I'm greeted with also like a lot of retro style textures and sounds upon loading up the tutorial. Infantry seems to be the starter tower of this game. He's just like Ranger from TDX, he has a burst fire. The only difference is that he enrages himself at max levels of his ability, which buffs his damage. But unfortunately, I got soft locked in the tutorial somehow, or I just didn't do something right, honestly don't know. But it's honestly not a big deal, it's a tutorial plus the game just released, so there's gonna be bugs. When I got into the lobby, I really liked the overall look of the map, and I also really liked the shopkeepers tab. It had a really nice UI, that's just something I thought. Something I really like about this game is that it's a story mode type of game. Rather than different game modes across various maps, it's levels, each with their own exclusive boss and wave layout. I thought that was a very unique thing about this game, and I really like this since I do play a lot of games that have a level system. Anyways, let's actually talk about the gameplay now. Once I actually got into a match, I played it casually like any other tower defense game up until the final wave of the boss. That's where this game becomes like very unique. Let me show you an example. This is where I was really impressed, as the game incorporates the player as a tower too. If you die on a boss wave, you cannot control towers for 15 seconds, which is really risky, especially for the later bosses. Anyways, this is an extremely unique mechanic that I personally have not seen in any other tower defense game. I thought that was really cool. Now here's a level I was really excited for.
You, Commander. This place is not for your kind.
1-2's final boss with a Trench Knight, which I've made art for before. This level introduces artillery strikes, which means not only do bosses attack the player, but some waves also challenge me to actually not stand on my towers, and to dodge stuff around the game. I also bought Rifleman. He's a long-range DPS unit, and I used him for most of 1-2, and it really did well against Trench Knight too. Another thing I like about this game too are the sound effects. As for example here, Trench Knight makes a Dark Prince charge sound effect from Clash Royale. Anyways, this is one of my favorite levels. I love the design of Trench Knight. I just think he's really cool. The only thing I don't like is that Trench Knight was easily killed by just a bunch of Rifleman spam. But it's the second level of the entire game, so it's kinda expected that it's gonna be easy. After beating 1-2, I bought some coins to afford Assault, which I totally wasn't recommended to buy by a certain developer. Anyways, there was a huge difficulty spike in 1-3. It's a level I didn't enjoy at the start, but before we talk about that, I love the parry mechanic on these checkered enforcers. It is really fun. I love just like parrying them and doing damage myself. It really makes me feel like I'm actually helping my towers out defend. Honestly, parrying is a mechanic in games that I love. I mean, I love Hollow Knight and Nine Souls, which both utilize a parry mechanic that I really like. So I naturally love this mechanic. Anyways, the final boss of 1-3 is Jek 99. Wait, no, Grand Inquisitor. He one-shots all my Riflemen, so you definitely cannot beat this with Rifleman spam like you could with 1-2. Honestly, he had way too many abilities for me to deal with without a commander, or chief, whatever they're called, and so I decided to go buy one after this game. The cheapest chief was General Leah, and now I don't know how to pronounce her name, okay, so don't kill me for this. But she did patch all the issues that occurred with 1-3. She can heal your tower, which is really strong because towers actually don't have a natural heal mechanic in this game. She also buffs fire rate with her flag, which is really strong because I have a lot of towers here. You notice how they're all just doing a bunch of damage? Yeah, it's because of that flag. One cool thing that also makes her really easy to use is that she levels up all by herself. When she deals enough damage, she'll upgrade herself to the next level. That also makes her really cheap. But one thing that you should know is that if she dies and you replace her, she will be at the level she was at before she died, it's just she'll be very expensive. And despite her being expensive, if you just sell and replace her, you can get as many flags as you want, which is really strong. And the developers did confirm that it's gonna get a nerf soon. I was really happy to beat 1-3 because I was struggling on it for about 2 hours. I just really wish the game tells you to buy a captain. Like at least some sort of tooltip that tells you, hey, buy a captain if you're struggling on 1-3. Because this mode really intends you to like buy a captain. Because General Leah patches so many issues that I had with the runs without her. She spawns troops that stop leagues, she levels herself up, she heals towers, she buffs her fire rate, like oh my gosh, she's strong, she patches everything. Regardless of me losing so much, I still thought 1-3 was very fun. Dodging Grand Inquisitor, dodging the Zeppelin, having to defend normally on top of those, you know, dashing around, making sure you don't stand on your tower so you don't get splash damage. It's really fun. It really, like, I think it's very unique. I really like this game. It introduces so many mechanics that I don't see in other tower defense games, so I'm really excited for this game's future. Also discovered that you have limited lives in this game. Like, I randomly died and I thought it was a bug. So there definitely needs to be more recognition and awareness for this mechanic to new players. Because once you lose all your lives, it's game over. You can't defend anymore. You have to hope your towers are enough to take out whatever's in front of you. Now for some other things I like/dislike about this game. Something I like, the atmosphere and map design and music is very good. I found myself grooving a bit to the music, and I was impressed with how nice the maps look, so that's a plus for this game. I also like the design of Trench Knight and Grand Inquisitor, alongside the overall chess theme of the game. You know, I'm no chess player, but it's still really nice. I think they did really good on that. Now, this is gonna be a really hot take, but I don't like the voice acting. I know, the voice actors are mostly teenagers from last time I checked, but honestly, the bosses have pretty corny voice lines, nor do their voices really fit them often. You know, I kinda expected Grand Inquisitor to have like a really deep or menacing voice, but he ended up being quite cheesy to me. The only voice I really like though is Trench Knight, since they gave off like a dark horse or evil theme. In my opinion, the game should stick with the sound effect voices. I don't know how to explain what I mean, but it's how NPCs talk in Undertale and Deltarune. I end up liking that more than the voice acting, so yeah, hot take, but that's honestly how I feel. The only other thing I'd want with this game is more quality of life features. If you play the game for yourself, you know what I mean. There's just a lot I'd have to talk over, and I don't want to make this video too long. So just play the game for yourself and you'll see what I mean. Well, that's pretty much all I have to say about Retribution. I'm also going to give the gameplay an 8 out of 10. It's unique and really engaging from the parry mechanic, dodging mechanic, and boss attacks too. It just needs some quality of life fixes. I also think it needs more explanations and recognition to like certain mechanics like the life system or needing a hero, and the game will be more welcoming to new players then. For art style, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I mean, it's a retro styled game, so it's kind of limited how well it works, but 7 out of 10 is so good. I'm just not a huge fan of retro styles, but it still handled it nicely, so I can't really hate on it. For music directions, 8 out of 10. I enjoyed the music a bit, and I recognize the talent put into it, but I'm more of a metal fan myself, so I'm naturally not like crazy on liking the music, but it's still good, I still recognize the talent. So overall, I think this game deserves an 8.5 out of 10. Just judging based off 1-1 to 1-3, because I haven't played 1-4, and with very minimal grinding, I only have 5 towers. I see a lot of potential in this game due to the very unique mechanics, and I do hope to see big updates for this game in the future. If this video gets, say, 150 likes, I'll make a part 2 to playing Retribution, and I'll beat 1-4, look for the hidden wave, and also buy every single tower and test them out. Also, before we end off the video, I want to give a big congrats to my friend Fredericks for helping to produce such a great game. I recognize the effort put into it, and I think he deserves so much recognition for it. Anyways, that's my review. Thank you for watching.